There are moments in life when you look around and wonder why everyone seems to be moving forward while you are still standing in the same place. You pray, but the answer does not come. You work hard, but the door remains closed. You love people sincerely, but they leave you. You try to stay strong, but there are nights when you quietly cry because you are tired of pretending that everything is okay. In those moments, a painful thought can enter your heart. Has God forgotten me? But listen carefully to this truth. God has not forgotten you. Even when you cannot see Him working, He is still working. Even when heaven seems silent, God is still listening. There was once a young man named Daniel who lived in a small town. He was not rich, powerful, or famous. He had big dreams in his heart, but his life seemed determined to crush every one of them. Daniel had lost his job, his savings were disappearing, and his family was struggling. Every morning he searched for work, and every evening he returned home with the same answer: "We will call you if something becomes available." But the call never came. At first, Daniel prayed with confidence. "God, I know you will make a way." Days became weeks, and weeks became months. Slowly, his confidence began to disappear. One evening, after another rejection, Daniel walked alone through the streets under a dark sky. He looked upward and whispered, "God, what am I doing wrong? I have tried everything. I have prayed. I have worked. I have stayed honest. Why are you not helping me?" There was no sudden voice from heaven. No miracle appeared before his eyes. Only the sound of the wind answered him. Daniel lowered his head and continued walking. When he reached home, he saw his mother sitting quietly near the window. She looked at him and immediately understood that something was wrong. "Another rejection?" she asked gently. Daniel nodded. His mother smiled and said, "Son, sometimes God closes a door because He knows what is waiting behind it." Daniel replied bitterly, "But what if He has closed every door?" His mother took his hand and said, "Then maybe He is preparing a door you have not discovered yet." Daniel wanted to believe her, but his heart was exhausted. The next morning, he woke up early and prayed again. This time, his prayer was different. He did not ask God for wealth or success. He simply said, "Lord, I am tired. I don't know what to do anymore. If you are still with me, please give me enough strength to take one more step." That day, Daniel decided to walk farther than usual. He passed through an unfamiliar part of town and noticed a small bakery. A sign on the door said, "Helper needed." Daniel walked inside and asked for the owner. An elderly man named Thomas appeared from the back of the bakery. Daniel explained his situation and asked if he could work there. Thomas looked at him carefully and said, "I cannot pay you much." Daniel answered, "I don't need much. I just need a chance." Thomas gave him the job. It was not the opportunity Daniel had dreamed about. He had imagined sitting in a large office, wearing expensive clothes and earning a good salary. Instead, he spent his days carrying flour, cleaning tables, serving customers, and waking up before sunrise. But Daniel accepted the work with gratitude. Weeks passed. One afternoon, Thomas noticed Daniel helping an elderly customer carry her groceries to her car. Later, he saw Daniel give bread to a poor child who had no money. Daniel never expected anyone to notice these small acts of kindness. One evening, Thomas called Daniel into his office. "I have been watching you," Thomas said. Daniel looked nervous. Thomas continued, "You came here because you needed a job, but you have given this place something money cannot buy. You have been honest, patient, and kind." Then Thomas handed Daniel an envelope. Inside was a letter offering him a position managing a new bakery that Thomas was planning to open in another city. Daniel stared at the letter in disbelief. "This is a management position," Thomas said. "I need someone I can trust." I believe that person is you." Daniel's eyes filled with tears. The job he thought was beneath him had become the very path leading toward the future he had prayed for. That night, Daniel returned home and sat beside his mother. He told her everything. His mother smiled through her tears and said, "You see, son, God had not forgotten you. You were simply standing in the middle of the story where the ending was still hidden." Daniel looked down and remembered all those nights when he thought God was silent. He finally understood something important. Silence does not mean absence. Sometimes God is silent because He is preparing something you cannot yet understand. Sometimes the delay is protection. Sometimes rejection is redirection. Sometimes the person who walks away is making room for someone better. Sometimes the door that refuses to open is saving you from a room that would have destroyed you. You may be living in your own waiting season right now. Maybe you have prayed for your family. Maybe you have prayed for a better job. Maybe you are waiting for healing, restoration, financial stability, or a new beginning. Perhaps you have cried alone and wondered why your prayers seem unanswered. Do not mistake delay for denial. A seed does not become a tree the moment it is planted. For a long time, nothing appears above the ground. But underneath the soil, something is happening. Roots are growing. Life is developing. The seed is preparing for the moment when it will finally break through the darkness. Your life may feel like that seed right now. You may see darkness, but God may be growing roots. You may see nothing happening, but God may be preparing your foundation. You may feel forgotten, but God may be preparing you for something greater than what you asked for. Remember Joseph. He was betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and later imprisoned despite doing nothing wrong. If anyone had a reason to ask whether God had forgotten him, it was Joseph. Yet the prison was not the end of his story. The same God who was with him in the pit was with him in the prison, and eventually brought him into a position of great responsibility. Your current chapter is not your entire story. Maybe today you are in the pit. Maybe you are in the waiting room. Maybe you are standing outside a closed door. But never assume that because you cannot see a way forward, there is no way forward. God sees what you cannot see. He knows the people you have not met yet. He knows the opportunities that have not arrived yet. He knows the doors that will open at the right moment. He knows the battles you will face tomorrow, and He knows the strength you will need to overcome them. So stop measuring God's love by how quickly He answers your prayers. Sometimes the greatest blessings take time. A child does not become an adult overnight. A mountain is not moved in a single moment. A wounded heart does not heal in one day. And a beautiful future is not always built instantly. Be patient with your journey. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. Your tears are not meaningless. Your prayers are not wasted. Every difficult season is teaching you something. Every disappointment can build wisdom. Every rejection can make you stronger. Every lonely night can teach you how to depend on God instead of depending entirely on people. One day, you may look back at this painful season and realize that the thing you called a delay was actually preparation. The person you thought you could never live without may have left because your future required you to walk alone for a while. The opportunity you desperately wanted may have disappeared because something better was waiting. The season that broke your heart may have also built the strength that carried you into your next chapter. So if you are listening to this while your heart is tired, take a deep breath. You do not have to understand everything today. You only need enough faith to take the next step. Keep praying, keep working, keep believing, keep becoming the person God created you to be. And when you cannot see the road ahead, take one step anyway. Because God does not need to show you the entire staircase before asking you to climb the first step. There will come a day when you understand why certain doors closed. There will come a day when you realize why some people left. There will come a day when you thank God for the prayers He did not answer in the way you expected. Until that day comes, hold on. Your story is still being written. The chapter you are crying through today may become the testimony you share tomorrow. And when you finally reach the place you once prayed for, you may look back and say, "Now I understand. God was never absent. He was with me when I could not feel Him. He was protecting me when I thought He was punishing me. He was preparing me when I thought He had forgotten me." So remember this whenever life becomes difficult. God has not forgotten you. Not in your loneliness, not in your struggle, not in your waiting, not in your tears, not in your uncertainty, not even in the moments when your faith feels weak. You may not know what tomorrow holds, but God does. And sometimes, all you need is the courage to trust that the one who brought you this far will not abandon you now. Your story is not over. Your blessing may be closer than you think. Your breakthrough may be developing where you cannot see it. And your darkest night will not last forever. Keep walking, keep believing, keep trusting, because one day you will look back at this very season and realize that you were never forgotten. You were being prepared.